971. Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP, St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Harddrive is brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.rambalisfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe. A very warm welcome to Harddrive for today, Thursday, the 22nd of January. My name is Andre Paul. The co-host of the show is none other than, today you're the lovely, not the beautiful, you're the lovely today. The lovely Lady J. Lady J.
Good morning, Andre. Good
nice
morning.
to see you, as always.
Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning, listeners.
How are you feeling?
Wherever you are. I'm feeling good.
All right?
Yes.
All right.
Wasn't stressed driving in today. Although it was busy, the road, but it was pretty, it was flowing.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was pretty good.
Did you get a chance to do your walk yesterday afternoon, this morning?
No, not yesterday for sure. I had too much to do. This morning, I decided I would just do my indoor bike. So, I took in that exercise, but it was indoor.
Got a good sweat?
Yeah. Good enough, but it could have been more. The last time I was soaked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Maybe it was hotter in the morning.
When I decided to go to the 24-hour gym, I said to myself, boy, once I go the evening time, I'm good to go. This is going to be literally empty. How wrong I've been. Listen, that place is jam-packed with young people, right? I go there sometimes after 9 in the night, and I'm still surprised and shocked at the number of people who are in there, especially young people. It's good to see a lot of young people going to the gym, that's for sure, right? And I have to lament that I hardly see people my age there, to be honest with you. I hardly see them.
At the time
I'm not saying they don't come there, but I hardly see people my age there. Usually, a whole bunch of young folks, and sometimes I feel like an alien because I don't know that generation at all. You know what I mean?
Andre,
they know me.
Hi.
They know me. I say hello.
Exactly. You say hi and they get to know you. That's all. But Andre, you're not necessarily going to a gym to make friends. You are going to work out. But along, your time in the gym, obviously you'll meet friends because sometimes maybe that person have the same interest in the areas that you want to work for your body, and so you might work along with that person. But for me, if I'm going to the gym, which I haven't gone to a gym,
the kind of floor I see them young fellas pushing there,
That's why I said along the way you'll meet somebody, not necessarily those that are pushing, because all you want to do, Andre, is to keep up your muscle mass. That's what you want. You don't want to build. You don't want to bulk.
No.
And so there are people who come to the gym just to keep that up,
But I'm just surprised. Yeah, I'm just surprised at the number of people who come at that time of the night. I really thought it's going to be like empty inside there, but that's not the case. And sometimes I say, okay, let me go on a what's day to go? What's days to go? Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, somewhere around there. So I've kind of kept this thing for Thursday. Let me try and see if I get a parking space, see if I get a treadmill, because the thing about sweating and so on is really, really important.
Yeah.
To really push yourself.
Yeah.
And
taking your cardio.
And I don't want to do any weights before I do the treadmill. I think the treadmill is important, so I can get I can get that blood circulating and so on. Right. So I do. Once I see all treadmills are busy. To be honest with you, I go right back at my house. Finish that. Yeah.
What happened to the bike, Andre? It's just as good.
No,
Get a sweat. It's just lower body.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. Because I've been wondering where the manufacturers of these things get the idea to have that seat. That thing feels so uncomfortable.
Andre, no. It's what they have there.
No, to me, every
Andre,
gym
I have a bike at my home. No. I have a bike at my home, and it's like a bucket seat. Actually sitting in it, you're like this, riding. Actually sitting in it. So it's obviously the bikes that they have. I mean, they're all kinds of bikes. I also have another one that you just standing on
painful.
top.
It's painful.
You know what I do, Andre? Even at home, even if I have a bucket seat style bike, stationary bike, I have a towel under me that cushions. So you can do the same thing. Just put your towel under your butt and sit on it, make yourself comfortable, just like you need proper shoes for walking and running and so on. Not necessary for the gym unless you're doing cardio, you know, because if you're jumping, you really need cushion.
Right. So those bikes that are in some of the gyms that don't have that kind of padding, that cushion, why do they make those things like that? I think that thing is... Have you sat upon one of those things? I think it's painful.
No, well, I don't know. I have never gone to the gym that you're going to. But, Andre, I have sat on bikes because, I mean, I travel. So I've sat on bikes and they were uncomfortable. All I did was take a towel or two and cushion and
Right. So I'm asking, why would a manufacturer produce something like that? Why would they manufacture something like that? It's painful. When I sit on that thing...
Durability, probably. That's the reason maybe they're doing it, so it could last longer. You know what I mean?
Because when you sit on that thing, man, oh gosh, that thing is so uncomfortable. So I just don't go on that. I leave that alone. Anyway, is there anything you want to mention before we move on?
Just take out the charger for me, Andre.
Oh,
right here.
You mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Well, you know, I was reading this morning, Andre, and I read Janet Jackson has opened up a hospital for persons who cannot afford. And if this is true, that is a start to something really good. You know, those underprivileged people.
Hospital.
Yeah, that's what I read. I was like, is this true? So I went on, that's on Facebook. So I went online to see if I get it, and it brought me back to Facebook. So, I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, if that is true, as you said there, that's huge. That's something really, really huge, because to take on a responsibility like that, you know how much money that's going to cost, no matter how rich you are. Boy, wow.
Well, I think the whole family probably putting in. I'm not sure.
Or maybe the family and others, maybe scores of people involved in that project.
Homeless. It's for the homeless. Yes, the homeless. And
for the homeless?
The homeless, yes, the homeless.
All right, okay, well, that makes sense now. That makes sense.
Janet Jackson just opened America's first 100% free homeless hospital. This is the legacy worthy of emulation.
So in other words, this is a hospital for people who are homeless.
Yes.
Right, okay,
yes.
Very well. That makes sense to me now.
So cancer wards, trauma, mental health wings, addiction, detox, dental, suites, 120 permanent apartments on the upper floors. Wow. Andre, that must have cost a fortune.
Impressive.
Oh, there it is. 142 million raised quietly over 18 months. Quietly. Andre, you see how much money, and they raised that quietly. So can you imagine if it was loudly?
For sure, I wonder why they did it.
It was
quietly.
funded through Jackson's Foundation. Yes. All right.
Okay. All right, Lady J. Let me just mention a couple little things here. I have a birthday greeting going out to a 10-year-old, Haley.
Nice.
Good morning, Haley.
Good morning, Haley.
If you're listening, if you're watching, Haley, happy birthday to you. Haley Theophil of Grace Viewfort. She's 10 years old today. So happy birthday, Haley.
Andre, today's Thursday. She's probably at school.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she's not feeling well or something. Maybe she's not feeling well. I don't know. So this is from your mom, Tammy, also from your sister, Elena, your aunt, Melissa, and also from Nathan, all of Grace Viewfort. So especially for Haley Theophil of Grace Viewfort, happy 10th birthday to you, Haley. All right?
Happy birthday, Haley.
Okay, so let me just take care of the in-house chores as always.
Okay.
The menu for today at the Thomas of Bread place is pigtail bouillon and chicken pilau. Pigtail bouillon and chicken pilau. Now, I have an important announcement to make. There's a fan of ours. She always listens to REV-UP. She has some issues with her sight. And the last time that Yaslin prepared the chicken pilau, She said to me, Mr. Paul, all my body was scratching me because I want to eat some of that pilau. I want to eat some of that pilau so bad, and I couldn't get to it because she said, I can't see properly and this sort of thing. And my daughter works up north, so it's a little difficult for her to go to get it in Tomazo and so on.
Right.
So I did promise, I said to her, the next time the folks at the Tomazo bread place have any pilau, I will go get it for her.
Oh,
okay?
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Where does she live? Close to you or far away? So when you go south, you're going...
Entrepot.
Oh, okay. That's
but I
not
don't
so
know
bad.
exactly where she lives. So I'm
Yeah.
letting her know in advance. And I think she has my number. I think she has my cell number. So give me a call a little later today after I get off the air, and we'll organize exactly how she can get her pilau.
Yeah.
So I've asked Yaslin to put 2 aside for her. Okay?
2, you said?
Yeah, 2. Why, you want me
Why
to get her,
2?
you want to get her 1?
1 for today and 1 for tomorrow?
No, she can have both today. So how many do you think I should get?
1.
Just
asked
1?
for a plate.
Oh,
but
I-
I mean, you're being nice.
let the
no
lady- let
problem.
the lady enjoy-
So she'll put it in the fridge.
Enjoy her thing for two consecutive days or same day.
You know,
Yeah.
I read, Andre, that rice, although I never knew that as a child growing up, I read that rice, when it is put in the fridge, like the remainder, it tastes better the next day.
Probably so.
Do you think?
Yeah, I won't be surprised. For example, the bouillons and so on. When my grandmother would do that thing, over a period of 3-4 days, we're still eating the same bouillon. Yeah.
What?
Of
She would
course.
cook so much?
A lot.
Okay.
Okay, and put that thing in the refrigerator, and by the following day, that thing tastes even better. Yeah, that tastes even better.
But
Man.
Andre, what?
And up to now, I still,
you still do
eat leftovers. I still
Yeah,
do.
but how many days? Because to me, by day 3, eat or throw.
Well, you'll know. You can look at the thing. You know how things stand.
Not look at it. And Andre, if it goes in the fridge, you have to make sure that is warmed, boiled, whatever, properly. It has to be heated up.
I'm alive. I'm alive. That's for sure. So anyway, so my lady, I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening. I'm going to get you 2 pilaus today.
You have
Chicken
a name?
pilau. Pardon?
You have a name?
I don't remember her name, to be honest with
okay,
you.
so I hope
she doesn't call me often,
Oh.
but she does. She does sometimes.
So Andre, what happens if if you go get the food and she has not called you?
I'll bring it for
What
Kina.
happens
I'll bring it for Kina.
Kina might not even be on island.
Kina loves pilau, man.
Who
She loves
don't?
it.
I love it.
Oh, you love it too?
I love it, Andre,
Okay, all right.
especially when there's
So-
as much chicken as rice.
Yeah, so
don't
if-
balance the two.
Well, I agree. And Yasmin will balance the 2. So I agree. So if the lady doesn't call me, I shall give you 1. All right?
Oh, I'll still be here.
Yeah, I'm going to get that as soon as I leave work.
Okay,
I'll go and
thank you,
collect the thing.
Yasmin, in advance. So you know what that says.
But you don't even
bring
know.
I'm saying bring a third one. Bring a third one.
Yeah. So don't forget, my lady, give me a call after I get off the air. All right? I hope she's listening, and I hope she's going to call me. All right? So remember also that they have a wide variety of CMOS beverages, which include coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular flaxseed and chia seed CMOS with milk or without milk. It's your choice. Some folks like the milk, some don't like it. So
Yeah.
it's your choice, but you have the flaxseed and the chia seeds in there nonetheless. All right. So don't forget it's pigtail bouillon and chicken pilau today at the Tomazo bread place.
Pigtail bouillon. Ooh, that I love
You
that
like
too,
that?
Andre. But I only like the tail. I don't like any other part of.
Of the
No.
the pig.
Yeah. and not all the time I eat it, because once I think about what you just said there, I can't eat it.
Really?
No, Andre, don't say it, because then I think of the poor thing screaming and all of that.
I remember Russell gave a story about a pig that they had as it kind of became a pet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the time came for
It's
the
hard,
pet
Andre.
to be eaten.
Yeah.
And I remember that story well. Russell said that this animal is so intelligent that it knew the time had come.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it gave them a lot of trouble. There's a video that was making a rounds. I don't know if I still have it on my phone, where a pig escaped some fellas. They're trying to slaughter it.
Yeah.
And to see that pig swimming, boy, right? It was in the ocean. Okay? Yeah. I think by Gantas Bay there. And that thing was swimming with all the might it had.
They still got it, Andre?
Poor job. They got it because it's tired. By the time it, got to the shore, shake itself off, somebody just came and just grab it because it's tired. Right? And the fella's way behind that thing swimming, trying to catch it. Yeah. So they know, they can sense it. Yeah. They can sense it. I remember years ago as a young fella when they had the slaughterhouse there by the market. And if you remember
hear that when we, of course, Andre.
You remember
used
that?
to hear that when you're passing.
And man, I remember a whole
I didn't
bunch
eat
of fellas.
that for a long time,
You serious?
That in my for me, that scarred me, man. That was a lot of. You would hear the.
Yeah, I remember there's this bull that was there. They were trying to slaughter this thing, and I stood there watching for probably a good half hour. They were trying to get that thing to go into the slaughterhouse. So the bull knows, you know, it's that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, of course.
So it was fighting these fellas, man.
A couple of kicks in the back.
Man,
didn't give that.
Give them fellas endless trouble. Would literally block the door because there's like a narrow door going inside there. It blocked the door.
Wow.
And the fellas are trying to get this thing. You know, they got so frustrated. You know what they did?
What?
They took a gun and just shot that thing in the head, boy. I say, wow. That's the first time I'd ever seen a gun and someone actually fired that thing. Yeah.
Andrew, you actually stood up there.
I stood there watching that. Yeah, I watched that thing, man.
That would scar me for life.
Yeah. And I remember one time, right, you see Richard Frederick build that new building there.
What new building?
Opposite in Conway, opposite Massey, right there. That's where close to where the slaughterhouse was. So you'd get these animals.
No, Richard Frederick. You mean that's government buildings? What do you mean?
Well, I have to give the man his praise. I think that's his baby
Contribution. So, as
right.
the minister. Yeah.
All right.
I was just wondering what house could be there that's his. Okay. Got you,
Let's get to the story. So, Tony, you know, because one thing, boy, Tony was almost at everything that happened to me or happened to him. I was there. He was there. So the two of us stood there, and there was a bull, right, that had one horn. Okay, so we don't know exactly what happened. And we stood there laughing at this thing because we found it to be so funny the way you see the bull with one horn. So we there laughing. Look at it, that one horn. I think the bull realized.
Andrew, how old were you?
Probably about maybe 9, somewhere around there.
Okay.
The bull look at us, boy. And that thing sharp him.
Really? And Andrew, where you go? South or north?
Stage left. Exit stage left. Boy, the bull like it knew. We're laughing at it.
That's why I say animals. Let me tell you, animals.
Boy, I tell you, we pitched there so fast. But
did it ever get anybody?
No, it had a rope. The rope was kind of long.
Okay. Amen to that. Went Tony to confirm that joke.
He might even say he didn't remember that happening at all. All right.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The good old days.
I tell you, boy, the kids nowadays cannot talk about that. All they can talk about things on the cell phone.
That's true. That's true. And
things on the cell phone.
We had those characters back in the day. You know those characters? I mean, we have characters today. These fellas who are kind of homeless and so on.
You remember a long time ago, Andrew, and I remember when I lived in the CDC, quite young, there was a guy who used to pass by. I might be saying the things wrong, but I think he's Kish. I don't know what his name was. Kish something. Kish. He used to go, "Se moun la place di poisson." What's it? Cat quality. I can still remember that. And tell me about Tarzan. Don't what? Now I used to say Epi Kish. Now as a small girl, I thought a fish was Kish. It's late as a child. Sorry. Later on, my mom said, "No. That's his name." And I have always remembered that. So. After, like we say, subconscious, it goes and it comes. And, I asked my mom years later, where is the man? And she said he passed away. That man used to pass with a big bucket or whatever.
There were a few
and scream that out. I don't know if anybody know of that. They can
guy.
Chime in, yeah. But I remember that as a little girl.
There were a lot of characters, man. A lot of characters. Some guys, you just knew them. And, they were not a nuisance or anything.
No.
But you just knew that this guy probably had a hard time and he was on Skid Row or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, good old days. So let's say good morning to the folks watching us on DBS television, by the way. Those of you on
DBS.
Facebook, on YouTube, on X, etc., etc. Thank you very much for tuning in to Harddrive for today.
You know who I haven't seen for a couple of days, and she's always saying good morning, Andre? Catherine McPhee.
Okay.
I hope everything is okay with her, but I have not seen her on our Facebook platform for about 2 days now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me just shout her out and hope all is well.
That's interesting. Yeah, thanks a lot for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you, Lady J, your take on this whole marijuana issue and the length of time it's taking for legislation to pass. and to allow the farmers to grow their thing, and medicinal marijuana, and of course you have the marijuana use for religious purposes. They've been pushing this thing for quite a while right now, and I don't know if it's maybe the minister responsible, because right now we have a new minister for commerce. Maybe it was the minister responsible. Maybe she was the one, maybe not pushing it, and people before her and before that one and before that one. I guess maybe their heart is not into it. They're part of an administration, and of course, whatever I guess the leadership decides, you have to tag along. Albeit you may not agree with what they're doing, but that's the organization that you decided to align yourself with. So I'm just wondering whether it could be the ministers, successive ministers, not really pushing this thing because they themselves don't feel comfortable with it.
Andre, you said it best. I would think that could be part of the answer. I mean, I would be one of those on that side, believe me. I'm going to be honest. I would be one of those on that side because I know people are not going to abide by it 100%.
Yeah.
We are going to get the reckless ones. And even if they would be saying how much, and of course, different places that you can, I guess, different business places you could probably be in there smoking. I don't know. And who the gardeners, who the farmers, who the whatever can plant. And Andre, how are we going to control that, Andre? I mean, the bigger countries try. They try, yes. Some of the discos and so on you go to, they're smoking and it's legal, right? But a certain amount, I don't know if we are ready for that, Andre. I think they really need to sit as they are doing, and I hope they are, and really discuss it, okay? And see if it is as the group of persons, what's his name, the carers, is pushing. I mean, he's giving some strong reasons, and I get him there, but Andre, I've always been against that. I've seriously been against marijuana.
Yeah, you mean,
and I remember my second sister, which is the third in the family. I was younger than her because I'm number 5. She was number 3, and I remember as a little girl growing up, she was young as well. And I will leave out the name, but he was a popular radio personality. He's dead now. And he gave her, she was the one that said that to us, he gave her marijuana to smoke.
Oh, okay.
Andre, at that time, I don't think her mind, her body, her soul was ready for that.
So she got hooked?
Yeah, she did for a while. She did, Andre, that sister of mine. So, I mean, I could be... So, what
you're saying is important.
Yeah.
So, what happened? What happened to her?
Well, a lot of things happened to her because, at the time, Dad was a cop and, he wanted the best for her. And, of course, that was an issue. There's a saying, I don't really want to go into it, Andre, but there's a saying, there's one member of the family who is called the black sheep. She ended up being that one,
Wow. I remember her, actually.
And, I mean, she had a 24, 36 body.
I remember
this girl
she looked fine.
My sister looked damn good.
Yeah.
Okay? So I don't know what it did to me, but I've always been against it. So even if you talk about it, my mind is just shut.
And that
shut down
exactly.
on it.
So that could be the problem with, as I said, previous ministers who were in the position to help push the legislation. That could be because remember,
in that case, they can't be like that.
We're part of the same society.
They've got to be objective because they're in power. But for me, Andre, I'm just a citizen.
I remember there was a minister who actually said, "Not in my time." I remember him saying that. He said,
Good.
Not in my time.
Good.
So he was firm on that and not budging.
Yeah.
Okay, but as you said there now, in terms of your opinion.
Experience and feelings. I mean,
Yes.
people have to be able to, you have to understand what the benefits are. And yes, the carriers can tell us, as he has been, telling us about the benefits, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have to accept everything he's saying.
Now, without a doubt, there are medicinal benefits, without a doubt.
Yeah,
okay?
Andre, I've heard that.
Yeah.
People have said it works, it clears the cataract and da-da-da-da-da. And I have a cataract. And people always tell me, why don't... I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Nah, I'm fine.
Yeah. So as I said, science has proven that there are medicinal benefits. But of course, that has to be in a controlled environment, not one where you just decide, well, I take in 5 leaves on my own and boiling that kind of thing. So it's a controlled environment where you have people now, they use people.
Excellent, you can purchase.
And they have people who, what they call clinical trials,
Right.
that sort of thing, to see how this thing works on most people, what the effects are. But it's this thing like a free-for-all. You just smoke what you want, do what you want. No, it doesn't work. So I think, as I said, because of all the possible outcomes, negative outcomes, they're just taking their time on this thing.
Yes, Andre, I agree. Please.
But
and
let
I'm
me
saying
ask
it
you-
loud. Take your time on this.
But let me ask you something.
Don't rush to
right?
any answers. No, don't.
Right. So let me ask you a very important question. The issue of your opinion, and when I say you, I'm not only talking about you, I'm speaking to everybody in general. Your opinion, being able to change with the times. Okay? In other words, we can hold on to things that we believe to be true, and they may not. And I've been wrong so many times, Lady J. I've been wrong about so many things. Things I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You probably went through the same thing. Stuff that you thought that was fact, only to find out it's fiction. Okay? And things that we were afraid of trying, and now this has become just common about the place. Okay? Because our thinking has evolved, and thank God in a sense for those people who have those evolutionary kind of minds, because had it not been for a lot of them, we would be stuck in the 20th century or the 19th century up to now. So a lot of people, because of the way that they leave themselves open to new possibilities and new thinking based on credible right information that they have before them.
And the scientists, more and more.
Exactly. So we can't keep holding on to old things. That's why I said to you, I know for a fact, and I'm going to look for one example, hopefully maybe I can do it tomorrow, where I think they took out something, the scientists, I don't want to say that something that's wrong, but they used a portion or part of it, of the marijuana, right, to help with easing of pain in patients, right? Certain patients who have maybe a back pain or something. I'll get all the details. Right?
That might be true. I've heard all of that, Andre.
Right.
That might be true.
So because those
people
things...
who are smoking talk to me about certain things.
And I'm not talking about smoking it. Because that's not
drinking it,
that's not what it was.
Whatever.
They're able to take the compound, whatever it is, that is the beneficial part of the marijuana, and use it now to help ease pain. I mean, who wouldn't want that? A lot of people have a lot of back pain. If you get a good break from that thing, or even a cure, as a matter of fact,
Andre.
why not?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So,
I'm not saying no to that. I'm just saying that our leaders need to take their time and really understand, because it's one thing to approve it and then you can't control. So it is not something that they should rush into approving. I totally agree with that. But I do understand what the Carries is saying. He's got some very strong points. He's very knowledgeable in what he's saying. So I'm not going to say that he should stop. He should continue to press and push. But my feeling on it is that they really need to take their time. Little St. Lucia, our 238 square miles, and don't rush any government minister to say yes if they are not in agreement.
and I think what Minister Dr. Hilaire, he's the new Minister for Commerce, was saying, and I made that point there earlier this week, or was it last week? I said that, listen, despite there being this proposed change in legislation, and despite now the easing of your, like for example, a police officer, is what do you call it? It's called decriminalization of the herb, right? So you wouldn't be arrested if you have a certain amount. But nonetheless, on the books, it is still there. It is still against the law to have a certain amount. So that's why the police are cracking down on this thing. Right, because that's what the law says.
Well, we need to know what is a certain amount. Is it an ounce?
30 grams.
30 grams? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, the controversy continues. But, I just want to, again, stress, we need to have people who are in leadership positions who are able, based on fact, based on evidence, to make sound decisions and sound judgment.
Exactly.
So we can move forward.
Exactly.
Right?
Totally.
Okay. Now, I just want to say, bravo to the New Beginnings Transit Home. Okay? They've been around for 15 years. You hardly hear about them, to be honest with you.
Where is that?
I believe they're in Vieux-Fort, to be honest with you. I believe so. I'm not even too sure, to be honest with you. I'm somebody who's listening and viewing.
What's the name of it?
It's called the New Beginnings Transit Home.
Wow.
This is a place that children are held, cared for temporarily. I guess maybe those waiting could be adoption. That's one thing. Could be maybe they have to leave the country to go someplace and they don't have family with them, that sort of thing. I'm not too sure exactly what, because they themselves now are keeping a sort of low profile. I think they should really be out there educating the public as to what it is that they do. And look, you don't even know where they're based. I don't even know. But I'm thinking that it's probably in Viewfort. I'm thinking so. So anyway, they passed the milestone, 15 years. So I want to just take the opportunity to congratulate them, because these are people, albeit, you get paid for doing the work, but nonetheless, it is something that takes a lot. Because, when you're dealing with children, you speak to the average teacher and they tell you what it's like dealing with a class when you have 20, 30 children in a class. It's very, very, very challenging. So we have to say bravo to them, whoever those. But I can mention one person. I think I came across a name there this morning, who is the manager of the home. I think her name is, I think Bernice. Yeah, I think Bernice something. I think she's the manager of the home. And let me just say bravo to the Bellevue Hotel.
Yeah.
Because the Bellevue Hotel apparently sponsored a dinner for them, or lunch or whatever it was, to, basically say, hey, listen, as a corporate entity, we understand what you're doing and we appreciate what you're doing. We love what you're doing, and this is our way of saying thank you. So it's going to, just big up Bellevue since we're talking, and also the people who run the home. Bravo to you for doing such a great job. It's something that is needed. I just wish I had more information as to
what it is
on
Facebook and Instagram and all of that, Andre. I'm just pulling it up, but I can't open the Facebook because it's a video. So the sound.
But it doesn't have much information as to exactly what it is that they do there with the children.
No, but I'm getting the videos of it.
Okay.
I'm not getting the wording. I'm not getting.
So those of you at the New Beginnings Transit Home, it may be a nice thing to be a little more visible within our country. All right, let people know exactly who you all are. You found something?
St. Lucia. Oh, Bothamja Foundation. I'm getting. No, that's not it. That's something else.
Okay. All right. So as I was saying, I think they need to be a little more visible and to let people know the great work. Let us know more about the great work that you all are doing there at that New Beginnings Transit Home. But bravo to you.
The transit
15 years.
Is the Cicero, but they've moved from Cicero to opposite, I would say, JQ Mall, Bay Gardens, that home over there. They've moved over there where they have babies, young girls, boys, that they take care of. And some of the, I think 12, 13-year-olds, I'm not sure if they live on property. But Queen of Grosley, look, you see how it opened up, sorry. But Queen of Grosley, we do go there 2-3 times a year to be with the children and, give some clothing and what have you.
And which is that one?
Cicero.
Oh, that's cool. That facility.
Home, yeah.
Yes, that's.
But
that
they
home.
are not in Cicero. They're actually in the north.
I think
they're waiting for their own home.
I think they're near Bay Gardens Hotel.
Opposite.
Yeah,
yes.
that's where they are.
Slanting opposite. Yeah.
And again, great work.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I worked with one of the wards that was, I want to call him a ward. Sorry, one of the children had become an adult. So
nice,
I worked with at least one of them for sure. Yeah, and I used to go there from time to time. Yeah, I used to go there from time to time.
In Cicero? Okay. Yeah. We went. Consuelo donated a lot of books and teddy bears and so on. Yeah, we do that occasionally
because there's so many of those stories where children, for whatever reason, can't be with parents.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we don't know. And thank God, for
and
for
Andre,
homes
it's
like
best
these.
to pass the child on instead of throwing the child in a garbage bin or bag or what have you.
Again, maybe people don't even know.
This is one way, of saving that child, boy or girl.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe,
who will one day probably grow up to be the prime minister. So hey, come on.
Yeah, maybe this is one way again for the community at large to get to know more about the transit home. I find like I hadn't remembered there was such a home in St. Lucia. And
I knew we had a transit home. The name is kind of new to me. I know we had that. I've heard transit home. But
did this show where they located? They didn't really give that information, no?
Let me see. Let me check again.
Anyway, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's okay. But anyway, there's something important, sorry, just as important.
ahead,
I want to talk about. I'm talking about spending time at the hospital, at the hospital in St. Lucia.
What was the name of it? You said the transit home, New Beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pulling up. Yeah. Go ahead, Andre.
Yes. So I want to talk about that. Something I think is important. There's a partner of mine which I mentioned who's at OKEU. And I left because I think
yesterday you mentioned it.
Yeah, there's a visiting hour, right? I think around the lunchtime between 12 and 1. I don't remember all the hours, to be honest with you. I don't know if some hours a little more, maybe on a weekend, maybe from 3 to 5. I think I've heard 3 to 5.
Hey, Andre, hold on a minute. It says the New Beginnings Transit Home is a temporary residential place of safety for children between the ages of 2 and 16 years.
I wanted to look
who
the
are
location.
Victims of child abuse and severe neglect. Let me see.
There we go.
Let me see if they have the location. No, it says the home is a subdivision of the Division of Human Services and Family Affairs in St. Lucia. So it's actually a government building. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes under equity, labor, gender, elderly affairs, etc., etc. So
right, well, they have the email here. Oh, the address is in Kazamba, Rosalie.
Kazaba,
yeah.
Rosalie.
Wow. That's the address.
And I'm thinking
and
of
there's
Vieux-Fort.
a telephone number. You said Vieux-Fort.
Yeah, they're thinking of Vieux-Fort.
Yeah, but I've heard of a home in Kazamba, so that must be it. Yes,
Probably.
Andre.
Yeah. Okay.
And the number, in case anybody wants, that number is 4509089. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes. So getting back to what I was saying. What I'm saying, I think it's important. Okay. Now I understand the constraints and so on, but since Noah was a boy, according to Arthur Charles, I know around lunchtime when you go to the hospital, you're allowed 1 hour, right? You're allowed 1 hour. Victoria Hospital, OKEU, Membaila. Okay? As I said, I'm not too sure about the other visiting hours. I believe there's a 3 to 5, maybe on a weekend. I'm not sure exactly how it works during the week. To be honest with you, I don't remember. But I know for sure around the lunchtime is between 12 and 1. Now, my partner is at OKEU, and I left our studios here about midday to go see him. Now I figure, okay, I shouldn't take too long to get there. So by the time I left, traffic, of course, being what it is these days, and that's because of the whole issue there on Library Street with the halls of justice being built. So traffic is just a mess for the most time. Right? So I got to the hospital probably around. I left there like around midday. I got there like around 12:30, something like that. So when I got there, it was raining, and it rained for a little while. So I couldn't get out of the vehicle. Because of the showers were a little heavy. So by the time I got out of the vehicle around, say, 1:45, I called my partner's wife, and she came downstairs to show me exactly, how we get to the place, because you can get lost inside there. To be honest with you,
okay.
I if I don't have somebody to tell me exactly where to go, but I have no idea. So we went up there. So by the time I actually got inside there, it was like maybe 10 to 1, something like that, about 10 minutes to 1. And by the time you start talking and so on, you'll be surprised. 5 minutes goes by so quickly. And next thing you know, 1 o'clock, it's time to go. I do not know what the thinking is. I don't know what the thinking is. But to me, that's just not enough time to allow family, right, and friends to come see the loved ones. When I was at the hospital, okay, I remember being on that bed by myself, right? I remember being on that bed by myself, because remember, it's a 24-hour thing. I inside there for 24 hours a day until you're discharged.
Yeah.
So I remember, in a sense, longing to see my family and friends, because for the most part, you're seen just as a regular patient, because the nurses have their stress. They're dealing with a lot of patients, right? These nurses just come by. The most you hear, hello, Mr. Paul, how you feeling, right? I'm all right, kind of thing.
Your medication and they're gone.
All right, and they check they check your vitals and stuff to see where you at.
Yeah.
And have a nice night. The people are gone. So especially also when you know you're having trouble sleeping, things like that. It's a lonely place, you know. It's lonely inside there, and you can't blame them because this is like a business, okay? Right?
Yeah.
They're giving you a service. They're giving you a service.
Hospital, so
right, it's a hospital. It's a service, right? So I do not know what is preventing the authorities. And here I am thinking outside the box, just like I said to you the other day. I wondered they should remove Derek Walcott Square and put us some other place because
Andre,
you know
don't even go there.
it's just taking up endless space in the city. There, you know, this is a thriving city, and we're moving on. Look, we have the halls of justice coming up there. Tale, that's going to be a reality. All right, we're just there confining ourselves to an old time thing that we can move on. But anyway, that's my thinking. Doesn't mean I'm right. So I'm saying, what is preventing the authorities, since Noah was a boy, since the days of Victoria Hospital, to extend the visiting hours? So, because remember, you're there like 24, 23 hours. Think of that, Lady J, and our listeners and viewers. You're there for 23 hours by yourself. You don't have anybody who's allowed to sleep there with you, that sort of thing, and who want to be with you for a long time. And that also extended to the children's ward. All right, I don't know what happens now, but I remember when the days of Victoria Hospital, the children's ward was the same thing.
Your mom could sleep with you.
Well, I think maybe that was a recent thing,
later.
Right? A little later.
Then, like when I was small.
Yeah, and I remember, imagine you have a kid there, you have a young boy, maybe he's a young fella, right? You get shot or something, and you're there trying. I'm not saying he's involved in crime. I'm just saying he got shot accidentally, and the boy just there. And because the reality is that people are really checking for you, and it's not their fault. They have their work to do. So I'm just asking, I'm just wondering, what's taking us so long to extend those visiting hours? I left there, right, at around midday, and simply because of traffic, number one, and also the issue of the rain. I got there literally in the room by about 10 minutes to 1, and my visit was very, very short. And I'm harking back to the time when I was there, and longing, right, to see a face that you know. Not somebody just come and just check on a bed and say, how are you, Mr. Paul? Are you all right there? And they finish if you're ready. You know how lonely that is?
I can't answer to that, Andre, because, every business have their specific hours of, opening and closing. But anyway, this says limited weekday slots like 6 to 7 a.m., 12 to 1 p.m.
Exactly.
And 5 to 7 p.m. and shorter weekend/holiday hours like 3 to 5. So it gets worse. 2
hours on the weekend. And I'll tell you something. Most people, right, don't really fancy going to a hospital on the weekend, No, most people don't fancy that at all. No,
because if you have to go, you have to go. But people don't like
to say, to go there. Because guess what? You have had a long, hard week. And you want to just be relaxing, taking it easy. And then, of course, as you said, that you have to go because this is your loved one. You have to go. But generally, you don't really in a mood to go and stay at the hospital for 2 hours on a weekend. That's that time for you to relax yourself. Now, I'm bringing all of this up because something revolutionary is happening in Jamaica.
Okay.
There's a pilot program that's on. But so far, it's for the Bustamante Hospital for Children. Because of complaints. And folks, trust me, folks, if something doesn't sit well with you, complain. Not because the vast majority of people accept it means that it's cool. Complain, say something. And it's because of the complaints from family members saying, listen, I need to spend more time with my child. My child is there, think of it, 23 hours. Same thing, 23 hours with no familiar face. I'm an adult, I can't take it. Imagine a kid there, your little child. The child has some serious ailment, and poor job, the child just there. So, in Jamaica, folks, there's a pilot program. So they're testing it to see how it's going to work. You're now allowed to stay with your child up to 10 p.m. You're allowed to stay.
Up to 10 p.m.? Is there from morning to
daily
night, or is there 5 to 10 or whatever?
They didn't say.
Okay.
They didn't say. They just said it's up to 10 p.m.
I agree.
Daily.
I agree.
It's a pilot program.
So whether it's 7 to 10,
exactly,
or 6 to 10, but at least
you have some time there with your child.
Because by that time they would be sleeping in any case.
So hear what they're saying. They say if this thing really, really works out well, they're looking at implementing this program at all hospitals in Jamaica.
Very good.
All.
Very good.
And how did that happen? Because people were complaining.
Yeah.
Plus saying, hey, I need to spend more time with my child. At least that's for the children. We don't know what's going to be happening for adults as yet.
Well, I mean, when my dad was in the hospital, this year is going to be 17 years, we lost him. When he was in the hospital, I remember I had the gym and I left late to get there. So I remember the security told me, you don't have much time. And I said, but I need to see him. Andre, I'm happy I saw him. Anyways, it was, like you say, 10 minutes before the time or whatever. The nurses allowed me to see him. The next morning he was gone, right? But when I left, because I wanted to stay longer, but at the same time I was thinking she's already given me half an hour or 15 minutes, so okay, I'm going to leave. When I left, that same security, who was a little, not sharp, but was, telling me, we'll close soon. When I left, when I was leaving, and I told him, my dad does not look really good. And he said to me, why didn't you stay longer? I mean, you have to give me that information before. Because, when I go back there, what are the nurses going to tell me?
Yeah.
No, we closed.
Exactly.
So, Andre, I cried from the hospital all the way to my home. Because Andre, I could feel, I just felt that my dad was not going to make it. And I mean, I don't know if Erin is listening, but Erin was one of the persons that I text. My dad is very low. I don't know if he's going to be here tomorrow. Andre, 7 o'clock, he was gone. 7 o'clock, he was gone. So I think for certain patients, we should allow, because they know, I'm sure they know. I'm sure the nurses that were on duty that night knew my dad was low. I'm sure they knew what was happening, right? So I think for that, they should allow, for that reason, allow the family to, not many, because you can't flood up the room.
Right, exactly. You have to limit
one or two
who are willing to, right, and are able to stay there. If they want to, maybe they get a chair for them or something. They can sit there. Even if they fall asleep, it doesn't matter.
Andre, at that moment, you don't even care. You can stand up, you just want to hold his hand.
That's true.
You just want to hold his hand. And the reason why I thought something was happening with my dad is when I held his hand, it was kind of hard. Unlike the normal, So obviously he was already transitioning. Who knows? And that was like 8 o'clock, 7:30. Okay? So, when I think about it, it's very painful to think about. But Andre is going to be 17 years this April. So yes, I'm getting stronger. But you are right. We need some more time. We need some more time.
Listen to what the Jamaica Minister for Health and Wellness said. He said the launch of the pilot at Bustamante Hospital for Children reflects the ministry's commitment to compassionate, patient and family-centered healthcare.
Exactly, Andre.
Okay, he says children heal best when surrounded by care, comfort, and familiarity.
That's right.
And that goes for both children
even
and
adults too.
That's right. Okay, so this is something, right, that the ministry / the health minister, you need to take a look at this thing. Okay?
Andre, it might not even be because we're sick. Andre, you have to understand sometimes we leave the country to study, but we're so used to our parents. Andre, when we get overseas, we cry sometimes for a whole 3 months, much as for if we're in the hospital. Like you say, nobody to see you,
20, think of it.
Only breakfast, lunch, and dinner you see
23 hours you're there, and there's that 1 hour, of course, and sometimes the other visiting hours is inconvenient now for your family and friends. The other visiting hours. It doesn't mean that because you have that time there, that means that they can't come.
During the day when they are working.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is something moving forward, right? We need to take a look at that. Because as I said to you, imagine I left here a whole hour before, right? I left about midday. I think I'd make it. I got to the room about 10 minutes to 1.
Well, the last time I think Tapia Hospital, the private hospital, was I think 9 o'clock. I'm not too sure. But they still ease off. They come and say, we close at 9, but they're not going to push you out at 9. You get to say your goodbyes. So even if, I'm not sure if it's 9 or 10, but yeah. But at least you get to say, if they come to the room and say, hey, closing hours, at least you get to say goodbye and so on. So it's not like you're being pushed out.
And there's some people, right, who in the system who go by the rules, okay? Meaning you're supposed to leave.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that they're doing their work, right?
Yeah.
But
attitudinal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
that I don't like.
Because imagine, let me tell you something. I've said this already publicly, right? And I don't have any problem saying it, okay? My little daughter, Nairobi, her mom, right? Now, her mom is a nurse. So her mom was coming to that hospital on a daily basis. She was there, just like Tony.
Wait, when you were there?
Yeah, when I was there.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Every single day she was there. Okay, and she's a nurse. Okay, and I remember this particular professional, right? Because she was doing something with me that she's supposed to do to help in my healing process. So she saw Nairobi's mom, her name is Shira, in the room. Okay, and she's asking me, "What is that person doing there?" Yeah, she asked me that. What is that person doing there? I said to her, well, she's there with me.
Mom.
She's there with me. And she's there keeping me company and so on. Well, you're not supposed to be inside here.
Is she hearing
not
that?
This time.
She was hearing that?
No.
Okay.
Because I was outside. Because we had gone outside the room. And she started telling me about it. So I said to her, no. She's here keeping me company. I can't ask her to leave. I said that. Well,
especially if it's the hours.
These are the rules and so on, you know, and she was kind of like really firm on that. Not nice at all.
Yeah.
So I said to Shira what the lady said by saying, no, you're not going anywhere. Because I was just happy to have her there. You understand what I'm saying? I was happy to have her there at the time. Because I tell you, it's lonely inside there.
Yeah, but Andre, when they're doing their vitals and so on, they don't like people in the room. So maybe the way she said it, but it's a fact, Andre.
No. Don't miss my point. The point I'm making is, remember I said, I prefaced that story by saying there's some people who go by the rules.
Yeah.
Right. So because it's up to a certain time, you're supposed to be out. That's the point I'm making.
Just out on, not necessarily, I would say out, give me a few minutes, whoever you are, I need to check this with my patient.
That wasn't the case.
And that's how it should be.
That wasn't the case at all.
Yeah.
She wanted her to leave. That's what she wanted.
That was uncalled
because
for.
she's not supposed to be there at that time. You understand? Well,
did she get to stay?
I broke the rule.
Did she get to stay?
Yeah, of course. I said,
I
said to her, stay there. You're not going anywhere.
Good for you.
Hey.
Good for you, Andre.
Yeah, man. If she said,
you may have had one person who don't like you anymore.
If the lady said anything, I put on what makes you mad.
Andre, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have one person. You know, we have to be very careful when we're in the hospital. You never know.
Yeah. I just thought I should bring that up.
Yeah.
Because moving forward.
Andre, you take a long time to bring that up. You know,
remember?
That's what, 5 years now?
You remember what I said to you earlier? That we need to have minds that are evolving. That is so important. I know some of us are just stuck in a rut. We're just stuck there and we're not, we can't think outside the box. Like somebody said, not in my time.
Empathy.
Not in my time. Love is supposed to rule over law. You hear me? Love is supposed to supersede
compassion.
law.
Yeah.
Love. That's the most powerful thing. Love is supposed to supersede law. Okay? So if the law says you are supposed to go to jail for 100 years, love is supposed to say, well, the guy is 89 years old. What's the point in sentencing that person to 100 years in prison? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? So you have to say, love says, hey, okay, I understand you did it, but you're 89 already. I'll give you 5 years. You know that kind of thing?
No, I don't know, Andre. You haven't said what the person did.
No, I just told you.
What the person did.
Whatever it was bad. Whatever they did was bad.
No, if it was bad, let them rot in there. No, Andre. No, Andre. No.
You see, I tell you?
No, Andre. I mean, if the person did something...
In other words, not in your time.
Andre, trust me. If the person did something bad, bye-bye. Get in there. Because you're not saying what they did. What if they killed 20 people?
What I said to you.
What if they
killed
the whole family?
Yeah, I understand that. But he's now 89 years. Okay, he's 90 years old.
And they had 89 years on the earth having a great time. While the people... What do you think they were doing?
How you know they're having a great time?
They were having a great time because they didn't catch them.
How you know they're having a great time?
But Andre, if they don't catch you,
hold on,
you're having a great time.
How do you know that they're having a great time? You don't know that for a fact.
Well, then they should come out and say, hey, in the year whatever, I slaughtered XYZ.
The point I'm making.
I know the point you're making. I'm just saying.
Right?
I'm just saying to you, not all the time we can do that, Andre.
So I'm saying, what's the point in you sentencing a 90-year-old man to 100 years? That doesn't make any sense.
It simply means that he's going to die in the jail. That's all.
So you give him 10 years or something like that. But you sentence him for 100 years?
What if he lived to 101? He will get out. He will get out, Andre. Okay, he'll get out. And don't forget, about 3 months comes off every year. So even if they give you 5 years, you're not spending 5 years, Andre. So they're right. Life. Yeah. Don't forget we have Pastor Phil, Dr. Phil.
Yes. Oh, yes. So
coming
we will
in.
not be doing.
Oh, we can do it quickly, Andre, can't we?
No. We have to.
Yeah,
just before we end, I want to read something here. Folks, listen to this. Okay, and then we wrap up because we have the healing process coming up at 11:30 with Pastor. Oh, sorry. Counselor
Doctor.
Phil Leon and his wife Clarissa Leon. Okay, here we go. An experimental medication made from marijuana successfully reduced back pain in a new study, offering further support for the drug's potential in treating one of the most common forms of chronic pain. The 800-patient study by a German drug maker is the latest evidence of the therapeutic properties of cannabis. Health officials in Canada and Europe have previously approved a pharmaceutical-grade form of cannabis for several types of pain, including nerve pain due to multiple sclerosis. Okay, that's a serious one.
Yeah.
Okay,
really
body deformed and so on. Imagine the amount of pain those people are in.
But Andre, this is the thing. If it's already deformed, how could that reverse it?
No, it's not reversing.
It's
It's helping you
slow
deal
down.
with the pain.
Oh, just the pain.
The pain.
Okay.
Right. In the U.S., the Food and Drug Administration has approved a drug containing CBD, one of the many non-intoxicating chemicals found in cannabis, to treat rare seizures in children with epilepsy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Definitely.
So they say under the drug known as Epidiolex, the new cannabis formula from drug maker Botanical contains THC, the active ingredient in marijuana that gets users high. However, levels of the chemical are very low, essentially in microdose compared to what's available in gummies, chocolate bars, and other products sold at marijuana dispensaries in the U.S. The company said patients in the trial didn't show any signs of drug abuse, dependence, or withdrawal. I mean, there's a lot more here, but I'm just showing you that whatever it is that they take from the marijuana can be used to do a lot of beautiful things. Now, if you're a minister for commerce and you're presented with that kind of evidence, okay, irrefutable evidence, right? You need to be a person now who has a mind that is evolving. Hey, you know something? This makes sense. Why?
Well, this and a lot more they would
it.
have to study and understand. Not just that, Andre. This and a lot more. And it's not just about what it can do. It's also about how can we control excessively more people, in other words, doing what they want. They have a lot to work on, Andre. Give the people the opportunity to do that. So when it's done, no one is complaining as to how.
Remember I said to you, when you're presented with irrefutable evidence. I just did.
I got you. That's just one.
Right. There are many studies.
That's what I'm saying. That's one.
Many studies.
Let them follow.
Many
how do you know
studies.
they haven't seen what you're just looking at there?
Who?
Maybe they are. Government.
Well, I don't know.
Minister.
I'm just saying, just in case. I'm
Maybe
sure.
she is looking at it.
Look, you didn't even know that, and there are lots of other people who didn't know. I only knew because I read it. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the only one I ever heard about is the cataract.
So when I read something like that, I'm saying, but Miss, that can relieve pain for so many people, including children with epilepsy. I mean, give me a break, man.
Yeah.
You have to be really, really a person who's just like, tunnel vision to just reject that kind of information. But anyway, let's wrap it up, folks.
Andre, let me read some of these.
No. We have to.
Okay,
make
people,
room.
we'll say good morning to a lot of messages this morning,
Yeah, sorry about that.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning to those of you who posted on Facebook. We appreciate that. But as you heard, we don't have much time.
Yes, we have to wrap it up.
We have to wrap it up.
Yes, so you have the healing process coming up at 11:30 this morning. So, Lady J, have yourself a great show. Okay, so apart from the healing process, what can we expect?
We also have Roger Constantine, who will be here at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, the gym man.
Fitness, yes. He'll be here. And the usual that goes on, entertainment news and hits of the day.
All right.
What's happening.
So stay with Lady J until 3 this afternoon. From 3 o'clock, it's going to be the son, who I'm well pleased. Zen the DJ. By the way, folks, he's leaving on the weekend. So today and tomorrow he's going to be here live. So enjoy him while you can. This has been Harddrive brought to, thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing.
Thank you, DBS.
Those of you on DBS as well, thank you so much. We really appreciate the fact that you're carrying our show. Yesterday, my son was in the city. He said to me, Dad, there's so many people listening to the station, you and Lady J. He said
very good.
Minibuses, people in business places and so on.
Very good.
Yeah, it's like, wow, okay, that's
North,
so cool.
South, East and West.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning.
All right, folks, the program brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Ram Bally's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballysfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Ram Bally's, we care.
From coast to coast,
I would love to hear it.
we're revving up the airwaves.